Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 15th of October. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Adam Josky.
And Adam, great to have you on GPTV, standing in for Gary, who is away yet again. Where is he this week? He's gone over to Western Australia to have a look at a number of agencies in Perth. We are constantly on the travel, going from state to state and country to country, looking at real estate agencies that we think are as good, if not better than us, so we can learn and then pinch all of their good ideas and implement them. But great to have you on camera, Adam, because you are a great one for professional development and learning. Tell us about your latest in professional development.
Actually, I was just thinking I'm actually due for a trip because I haven't been away for about 3 weeks. But look, I spent a lot of time travelling interstate and just going to different conferences and meeting top agents and sharing ideas and experiences.
And you're you're on the speaker circuit yourself. I think you were just up recently on the Sunshine Coast, speaking to Amber Wershen, who is a dynamic agency up there. She asked you to come up and talk to her staff. So it's great that not only are we recognised as a great agency, but people like Adam Josky are often asked to go interstate and talk to other agencies. That's enough about you, Adam.
Let's talk more about me.
That's right. Let's talk about the market, because what a brilliant weekend we've had. The industry clearance rate for the weekend was approximately 76%. But again, Adam, sorry to boast, but we've smashed it out of the park with 100% clearance rate. Most importantly, not only 100%, but out of a lot of stock. We had 12 sales from 12 auctions, so 100% for us. Speaking of busy weeks, Adam, we've just finished our sales meeting and you listed 5 properties last week.
Yeah, 5 auctions.
Can I just put that into perspective for people? Most people don't know what is typical for a real estate agent to sell or list in a month. Now, the average real estate agent in Australia lists and sells 2 properties a month. So putting that into perspective, Adam, 5 listings in 1 week, 5 auctions. You're certainly going to have a great October and November. Let's talk about some of the sales from the weekend. On Saturday, we auctioned a house in Older Street.
Amazing.
Tell us about that, because you looked after that with Gary and Joel.
Yep.
Incredible, nice story to that property too.
Look, it's funny. It just shows you what the market's doing, because we sold that house, I think it was right on 6 years ago. I think by memory we sold it before auction because we had one keen buyer and a couple of nibbles, but not a lot of meat there. Auction on this weekend, we had 5 bidders. And we sold it just over 1.3, in fact 1,301,000.
And what did they pay for it 6 years ago?
About mid-sevens.
Mid-sevens.
So the growth has been phenomenal. And they put a pool in and a few minor improvements, but I think just just knowing we had 5 bidders this time versus 1 last time, it just showed the
So there's a great story, I think, for the viewers. So they've put in a pool now. I had a look at that pool. It was a nice pool, but I wouldn't say, really, I would have thought that was more 50, 60, 70,000, but we can argue about that off camera. But if you think about that, they lived in the house for 6 years. They didn't spend a lot, although they had it set up beautifully. It's almost doubled in value. And certainly we talk about house prices in Melbourne doubling every 10 years. This one's almost double in 6 to 7 years. Just a great story, and that's in a hot spot just off Glen Huntly Road. We're a great believer in all of those streets that come off Glen Huntly Road in South Caulfield, a great place to invest. Let's talk about what else we sold on the weekend. I did an auction in Dandenong Road, and that was an apartment at apartment number 4 at 316 Dandenong Road, St Kilda East, which we sold for $525,000. That was a well-contested auction. We also sold apartment number 1 at 641 Turek Road, Turek, for $546,000. Now, Adam,
go figure.
I want to talk about those 2 sales because we talked about them at length in our sales meeting. And this is really interesting. 2-bedroom apartments in St Kilda East are making the same, if not more than 2-bedroom apartments in Turek. And we talked about that being an interesting demographic study, because younger people that normally buy apartments don't generally want to live in Turek. So we look at Turek as the most expensive suburb in Melbourne, and yet it's really for people that are settling there and bringing up families, or people that are retiring there, and you get some big prices there in Turek. But younger people, they want to live where the action is and the buzz is. So suburbs like St Kilda Caulfield East and Paran and any of the inner suburbs are making more money or at the same money as two-bedroom apartments in Turek.
It's all about demand and the demographic, isn't
Correct,
it?
correct. So a fascinating story. So let's talk about Sunday, Adam. Another amazing day, obviously 100%, but we kicked it off in Oak Crescent. The price is undisclosed, but we had the most incredible auction there.
Can we talk about it?
We can talk about the fact that we had 5 bidders. We can talk about the funny part about the end of the auction where we had 2 bidders fighting for the last $100,000 for the house.
Yeah,
and they were both buyers that knew each other and actually apologised to each other during the auction for bidding against each other. It was quite funny as an auctioneer witnessing the demise of a friendship, because I cannot imagine they are still friends.
It's a very small community. You'd be amazed how often that happens, where 2 people go to the auction, they realise they're related or close friends. And
yeah. Well, when you think about it, there's not a lot of houses for sale at any given point across a weekend. We moved on to really a property that I was excited to put to the market, and this was listed by Jeremy Rosens in our St Kilda office. Apartment number 1 at 241A Kooyong Road. Now, once again, the price was undisclosed, but I can say publicly that we were quoting in excess of $1.8 million. Sold well in excess of that. One of the best apartments, Adam.
Incredible.
Did you have a look at that?
Yes,
one of the best apartments I think I've ever seen, and congratulations to the developer of that, who has set a new benchmark of standard in Melbourne for that apartment.
We had some other amazing sales. We sold a property, Unit 3, number 19, Ashgrove. A good 1-bedroom apartment, sold for $325,500. That was a great result.
Another good result was 201A Bambara Road in Caulfield South, a brand new 2-storey town residence, beautiful, and that unfortunately is undisclosed, but we were quoting that in excess of $1.1 million. Fallon Street, number 11 Fallon Street, handled by Sally Zellman and Darren Krongold, sold for $840,000, and number 34 Scott Street. Now, we talked about this, Adam, in our sales meeting, because we're talking about blocks of land now in South Caulfield, about $1 million being now the kind of benchmark price. That one was sold for $1,031,000, so really does say something about land in Caulfield South, where we think it's clicked up by at least, what, 10 to 15%? Yeah, 10 to 15% just in the last 12 months. So pretty exciting stuff. So Adam, let's talk about this weekend's auctions. We've got a pretty busy weekend with 10 auctions. Tell me about what we've got on Saturday.
We're kicking off at 10:30 is apartment 22 at 6 Lansdowne Road in St Kilda East. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a beautiful 1-bedroom, great floor plan with a really good sized terrace. That should go really well. Quoting
$370,000 to $410,000 at 11:30. What have we got?
Unit 10 at 310 Inkerman Street in St Kilda East. That's a 2-bedroom apartment. Very, very good size combined lounge dining. It's a real feature with this one. Should go well also. And quoting $440,000 to $480,000. And then where are we? Unit 14 at 498 North Road, which I think by memory is at 12:30 on Saturday. That's more of a modern, contemporary, huge terrace. Got a fair few really, really good apartments and units this weekend. And on Sunday, Adam, we kick off at 10:30 at number 24 Raphael Street, just off Inkerman Road in the heart of Caulfield North. Beautiful street. That is a wonderful 2-storey, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. We've been quoting in the mid to high 7s, might top 8 there. And then, of course, Adam, we move on at 11:30 to this incredible house, number 7 Cheeseman Avenue in Brighton East, just off Hawthorne Road. Tell me about this house. This is great. It's funny. I was looking at the photos the other day and thinking it's lovely, but you walk in here and you really get a sense of the space that's here. A fantastic open plan living area, up to 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms and study. And it's got a north-facing back garden, which is just stunning. I'm really looking forward to auctioning this house. Incredibly private as well, the backyard. And we've had lots of numbers going through, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the final result here is. We then move on to Unit 2 at 8 Fairbank Road in Bentley, a property that we think is going to be somewhere in the early to mid-5s. And then back to Scott Street, our fabulous Scott Street, where this will be the 4th property that we've sold in really about the last month. That's number 61 Scott Street, and Sally and Darren are once again handling that. That's at 12:30. We then move on to a street that you love, Adam, number 18 Stone Street in Caulfield South. That is also at 12:30. Then a block of land right in the heart of the Golden Mile of Caulfield North at number 23 Testar Grove, Caulfield North. Beautiful street and a great spot.
Fantastic spot, Adam, absolutely. And then finally at 2:30, town residence number 1 at 130 Balaclava Road, Caulfield North. That's been handled by Daniel Fisher, Sally Zellman, Darren Krongold. I'll be auctioning that.
Else in the office.
Yeah, that's right. And a really good property, right, obviously in the heart of the Golden Mile. Well, Adam, that was the week that was. Another busy spring selling week in Melbourne, but this week's going to be a really exciting week at Gary Peer & Associates, because the viewers might not know, but this week is the Real Estate Institute of Victoria Awards for Excellence. A huge night that will be held at the Crown Casino in the big Palladium Ballroom, where we've had a couple of tables there for a number of years, because you've been a regular entrant in those awards.
Always a bridesmaid.
You've been a bridesmaid for a couple of awards, but you've been you're in the category this year again for
Salesperson of the Year, Residential Salesperson of the Year,
and you've been the runner-up for the last 2 years in a row. So hopefully you're going to pip the winner of last year and win this year, because certainly you're a worthy winner. But at Gary Peer & Associates, we've never gone into those awards, but this year we decided, you know what, let's give it a go. So we entered into 8 categories, and lo and behold, we became the finalists in not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 categories that we entered to. We are the finalist in each of those categories. I'm just going to mention those categories. We're a finalist in the Communications Award, the Innovation Award, the Large Residential Agency of the Year Award, the Corporate Promotion Awards with multiple offices, the Website of the Year Award, the Residential Marketing Award with a budget over $10,000, the Residential Salesperson of the Year, which is you, Adam, and also Residential Salesperson of the Year for a Principals Award, which is Jeremy Rosen. So what an amazing Thursday night that's going to be. Having said that, you'd reckon if we're in 8 categories, we'll win a category or 2. Having said that, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? I said this to somebody a couple of weeks ago, and they said, oh, I know an agency that got into a finalist in 6 categories a couple of years ago and didn't win anything. So,
well, it's funny, someone said to me, it's just enough, it's just good enough being nominated. And I went, no, it's not.
Well, if we don't win anything, that's the line we're going to go with. That It was just a pleasure and a privilege to be a finalist. Having said that, who knows? Stay tuned. Next week, we will announce whether we won 1, 2, 3, or all the way up. Did we win 8, or did we win nothing?
Either way, we're going to have a big night.
Anyway, just as long as you enter, you're a winner. That's the line we're going to go with. That's a big week in GPTV. Thank you very much again for watching. I'm Philip Kingston.
And I'm Adam Josky.
Have a fantastic week.